Okay, so the way to install this, I couldn't just I can install it right now also. So this is our C panel, okay?
Okay.
We'll have one for FCI. This is for Team Hero, but it'll be pretty much very similar. So I can just easily make a domain, a subdomain here. I can go to subdomains. I can just create a subdomain called CMS, and it'll be created in this folder. I just create this domain. Go back. Now you can see I've got this domain out here called CMS. What I will do is I will go here. I will go to my terminal. So you can go from here, or you can have your SSH, putty or whatever you like to use. Uh, and go here. I navigate to the folder that I want to put it in. So it's CMS. Okay. And, you can see there is nothing there. The way I install it is there is instructions here. On how to install it, how to install on AWS or how to install normally. I just go to the normal one. So what you have to do is you have to just clone this repository. What's wrong with my mouse? Go to the terminal, paste that in here, and it will clone the repository here. And now you can see I got a folder called ezcms login. I can just I can show you from the file manager also. It's the same thing. I have a file manager here, and here is the thing. And basically the whole CMS is inside this one folder. And like in WordPress, you can't rename this folder, but here you can. You can rename it to whatever you want. Okay, so I'm gonna just rename it to like admin. Okay, rename. And then the instructions are here. I rename the folder to whatever I wanted, so nobody can guess the path of it. Then I do copy all the root files out from the root. So I will go here. I will go into this folder, and there is a folder called root
Yeah.
files. So these are all the files you will need in the root. These are like basically they're not part of the CMS. They're just sample files. You can it'll basically this will be your content. Okay. So I'll just select all, then copy it to the root directory. Something's coming from, and I can copy files. And all these files have been copied here now. And then what I do is I need a database.
I think you're
So,
in the wrong folder.
oh, sorry. You're right. Yes, I'm in the wrong folder. Yes.
Okay.
There's this file called config.php. I edit that file, and it's looking for a database host, a username, password, whether to use Redis to cache the page content or not to use Redis. So for now, we'll just put it at false. This is if you want to have a different time zone. And this is a database, so I can easily just create one database over here. I have my SQL databases, and I'll just easily create one called CMS. Okay, create database. Go back. So I got my database called CMS over here. I'll just create a user also called CMS. I'll get a random password. I'll copy this password. I'll create this user. Now I can go back to my config. I'll put the password over there, and I'll copy the username that I've got over here, which is Hero CMS. here also. Save changes. I can close this file now because I have put everything there. I'll just close this so that we don't get this.
Did you allocate the user to the database?
Yeah, I got to do that. I still got to do that. So I will go and add user CMS to the database CMS and add user. I'll give him all the privileges and I'll make that user get all the privileges. Now I got the database. Okay, but I need some tables inside the database. So I've given an SQL file. I'll just import that quickly. I've got like phpMyAdmin here to access the database. And once I'm inside the database, I will select the database I want to use. I see there are no tables. I can just go here to my repository only, or I can go to my cPanel. I can go to my file manager. I go into the admin folder. I go into this underscore SQL folder and I pick up the latest one, so this is ezcms 6.0. And the instructions you can see here, like, import the database file, the latest one, into your database. If you want to use command line, I've given command line also. I'm just doing it. I'll just edit. It's not a very big file. It's a very small, lightweight thing. So I'll just control it. See, go to my phpMyAdmin and run the SQL here. Just go, and then you've got your tables. Now the CMS has been loaded, so I can let me just see if my SSL certificate is installed. Oh, the wrong one. Okay. Okay, so you can see that the SSL has also been installed for my subdomain. Now I can just go to this subdomain in the browser tab. And you can see that the ezcms has been installed. You've got all these pages like about, contact, 404 page, home page. And you had named that folder admin, so you can go and open that folder admin and it will give you a interface to log in. And all I got to say admin at localhost. And the password is ezcms. It's in this SQL file if you look at it actually.
Yes.
It's in this SQL file. Okay.
Oh, so that's why in the login you accept unencrypted passwords.
No, but it's only accepting because you just installed it, okay? It's not gonna, one second, I'll just log in and show you. Oh, where is it gone? Here it is, okay? I log in here. Now that I've logged in here, I go back to my database and I see my users table. And you'll see the password has got encrypted now. Because it was a fresh install, it let you use the unencrypted password. But once it becomes active, once you log in, it will encrypt the password. So now when I change the password here, if I go here and change password, it will be fully
encrypted.
Yeah, it will be encrypted. It won't be decrypted. If you forget this password and you want to reset it by any chance, you can go and reset it in the database here again.
I understand. So that's why you left in the login the option to check for unencrypted password for these cases, for the initial installation and the reset of password.
Exactly. But the thing is that if you've got access to this database now, you pretty much have access to everything anyway. So if you're able to change this value here, hash key of the password, then you're able to change your password without actually having to do. And that's just because a lot of people forget their passwords, and then I need to reset it. Firdaus being one of them who keeps forgetting his password. So I have that there so that, in case he forgets, I can, put his password back for him easily. So now that we've seen the ezcms how I installed it. I'll just show you how it works very quickly. Now, where is my ECCM? It's gone. Okay, this is the home page. This is using my tabs. So I'll just go to admin. So I've got my pages here. I've got the content here. It says, I can just edit this, I can just say this home page, I will make it into hello world. Okay, and then I can save it and I can view it, and then it will say hello world over here.
Yeah.
And then I can see the revision here. It says that admin made a revision. I can say what did he change? I say show me the diff, and it shows you that this line has been changed from hello world to world. Okay, so that's how my pages work. I can create a new page here. You normally need to start with a slash because it's from the home page. So I can slash A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever I want, okay? I can put the title tag here, what I want, new page. I can just give it a name, new page. I want it nested under maybe about us because it's something to do with about us. Search priorities, when you search for it, whether it should come on top, whether it should come below. Meta keywords, meta description, a featured image if you want, like I'll just put something here. And then this is a layout. So you can have the same content displayed in different types of layouts if you want. So you can have a full width, you can have maybe a different type of layout, whatever you choose, you can choose it from here. I'll come back to this a little bit later, but then you have a content block where you write your content. So I can just put an H1 tag out there, slash H1, and I'll say my new page. Okay, I've got the header, I've got the footer. These are extra blocks if you want to, separate your some form or something like that. So you want something in the footer, but if you want something in the head, you can write here. I can write like meta, something, whatever meta,
I
whatever key,
understand. That's
whatever.
HTML.
Yeah, so whatever I want in the head of this page, I will put it in this head part. Once I save the page, it's basically loaded. But if you look at this is thing called published on site, and there is something called skip from sitemap. So if you don't want it seen by Google and all, you can skip from sitemap. If you don't want it seen by the world, you can keep it unpublished. So if I view it now, it says this page is only visible to you. So if I see it, it will like kind of show to me my new page. And if I take this and I go to incognito window, it won't show to me. It will show me a 404 page. And you can see it gives me a 404 page over here. So if you're logged into this ezcms, only then it will show you this page. Now you can see that I've created this page here, and then I'll go through. I can change this URL if I want. It will automatically create your sitemap for you /sitemap. Right. Oops, we are typing right. Oops. L. And you can see it has put your page. It put our page here because I have not published it. But if I publish it here and I say save, it will then put it over here in the sitemap. And you can see let's put it right here in the sitemap. So you've got your sitemap going with this, and there are a whole bunch of things inside this where I can see what is my 404 log. I can look at what are the 404. So you can see it was giving me these 404 logs, these other 404. I can set in redirects out here if I want this, maybe something to redirect to some other page. I can put like /abcd to XY, and it will then redirect this page. So you can create redirects like this. Yeah, and then these are the layouts. Okay, so you can see that it was using this layout. Okay, and you can see that this is the HTML of the page right here. Okay, it starts from doc type HTML, ends here, and wherever I have the header, I put this echo header. echo main content, echo sidebar, echo left. So this basically you create your own page and you say, okay, this is going to be my header. So I can put it in my include files. I have an includes folder over here. I'll just open this up.
Yes.
So if you have any PHP include files, you can. I've got this head. Whatever I'm putting in the head, and in here in this PHP you get this variable called page, and the page has all the variables from that what you entered in the pages. It comes back to you here, so you can echo it. So if you want to echo the description of the page somewhere, you can just take this variable and you'll get the page meta description, meta keywords, the canonical URL, the page title, and the same way you're getting in the layout, the main content. There's a variable side content, sider content, header content, footer content. These variables are being defined over here. So if you go to your default blocks, you'll see I've got a header, I've got a footer. Basically, let's not worry about the stage 1 and 2 for now. But this is your header. You change this, your header will change. You change this, your footer will change. And these are just variables in my layout, which is right here. And you can see I'm using them here, header and then footer here. And this is the main content over there. Now I've got, so basically a page can use any of these layouts. So I want a full width layout. I want a sidebar on the left. I want a sidebar on the right. You can make more. You can just say save as something else. So the way I can test it is I can just make I can say new test and then create this. It will happen. Okay, testing. Okay, now. Oops, what's going on with this? I gotta check.
Refresh.
I think maybe something is done wrong with this.
Access rights, right in folder.
Yes, it should be having access rights now. I'll just let's make a new layout. New layout.
Anyway, I understand. How do you manage your JavaScript?
Okay, so then there is a JavaScript here.
Okay.
You can, I think all this save as new JS save now. Switch the files. Look at what is happening. So now I got a new JS file and I can just write whatever JavaScript I want here. Okay.
Oh, and then you copy this text and you put it either in the header or either in the footer of the page, correct?
Yeah. So I say
I get it. Okay, and it should be the same with the CSS, I believe, correct?
It's the same with the CSS. So same with the CSS. So if you need to include this CSS on all the pages, then I would go and put it in my layout, because I know that this layout, or I can put it here. It'll record on all the pages, or I can put it in the layout. It will come on that layout. And if I want this CSS just for one particular page, I go and then put it in the page head over here. So I can copy this from here, and put it here. Oops, I copied the wrong thing. Okay, this is the CSS. I can take the JavaScript also. I take this, copy this, I go to my page, and this is my home page. I paste it here. I save changes, and I view this page, and it should say hi at the beginning. It says hi over here, and now the page loads. So it's basically you can have I have a file manager here. So if you want to like upload your images and things like that, it comes into a folder here. So you can create a new thing out here, whatever you want, new folder. Or this is the JavaScript, this is CSS. If you go to JavaScript, you'll see all the files we have created. These ones you can upload, download, you can put images, you can create I can go back to my home. I can create a new folder out here, new folder. I can call it images. Okay. I got images. Now I can go to images folder and I can upload something if I want. Like, I can drag and drop from my desktop some images. Let me just drag some image.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I'll drag one image here and it uploads it. This is actually quite a big image I have put out here. I should have put a small image. But you can drag multiple. You can drag like a whole bunch of files here if you want. Okay, now I can go turn to now if I want to use this image, I can go to my pages. I can go to my home page. I can go to my content, and I can sort of like just put img src to. So I put it like this. It's always site dash assets. I made a folder called images, and what was it called? Some crazy number. Okay. Uh, APG and save changes and view this page. This highest to there. And you can see that image is coming here now.
Yeah.
And then obviously if you give it height, width or whatever you want to style it and all that.
Yeah.
So, basically, just to recap the architecture of this CMS, it comes here, and it opens the HT access. So HT access is the first line over here. This you might have seen in WordPress also. It says
Correct.
if not directory, redirect to index.php. So this is so whatever files are not. If you make a file called home.php out here, it will let you open that. But if there is no file called home.php, it's going to call my index, okay, which is actually the router over here, and it is in this router. And basically, what the router will do is basically find out what are the URL you are trying to find, and and then call the layout that is included in the page. And the layout can be right, left, full width, whatever. And that layout then uses all these variables to show the page. Basically, whatever the page you want to display, it displays the page. And um, I think I have some more stuff here. Okay, if I release some update, I can go here and I can update it. It executes a git pull on the repository. Oh, shell access. I need to do something with this. Okay. File manager, default blocks. Anything here? I showed you everything. Here, there's a find. So I want to find all the H1 tags and then replace them with an H2. I can just do this and it will find all the pages which have H1 tag. I can replace with H2, or I can, if I want to search and replace across the site, I can do it here.
I
And
understand.
these are different users who are using the CMS. So right now it's me, but I can add as many users here. These are the permissions what they can do. These are macros. Okay, so I don't know if I just explain it to you very quickly. These are like small programs which I run on the content. So let's say I want to find out all the images which are used in my website and change their source from where it was to a CDN. So I have a macro for it. It's called I've got a macro for find broken images. Okay, so you can see I give you a variable called $HTML, and if you say $HTML find img, this will find you all the images, and then you can just use your normal PHP to update this image. If you update this image, it will update. So if you want to change one arrow from across the site, you can use it. If you want to find broken links, it can find broken links. You can basically write whatever you want. It operates on the DOM of the page, so you can find images, links, and see if link is not pointing to FCI, put a no follow. That kind of stuff you can do
I
automated.
understand.
Okay, and then here basically just simple things. I have lots of easy CMS sites, so I kind of keep a different color for each site so that I don't get confused which site I'm working in. And if you like a dark theme or something, like if you don't like to code, it will probably give you a darker theme for this editor. And everywhere you'll find these revisions. Once the revisions start collecting, it will create the revision. It's very simple. There's nothing to it here. Basically, you can change your password and log out. So I hope I covered everything. Do you have any questions about this, how it works, or anything like that?
Actually, honestly, no. It was a very clarifying presentation. Thank you very much for this. When I saw the code, I had a dilemma if you went for like a direction of headless CMS, but you didn't. Actually, everything is in the database, and you just display whatever is requested. Correct?
Right, right. And also another thing I want to mention here is that tomorrow, if I go here to my site, okay, and sorry, and I delete this folder. I just take out this folder. I just put it outside somewhere. Okay, so there is no admin now folder inside this, but the
Correct.
site will keep on running. The site doesn't need the admin to run. That is just to edit. So if you don't want to keep the CMS, you can delete the CMS, and you got your site still remains there. It's not like WordPress that if you delete the WP login, the site is going to stop working. And some things which I didn't like about WordPress, I couldn't rename that WP login folder and WP admin and all those folders were like I couldn't rename them. So over here you can rename them to whatever. It's not limiting you from renaming anything to whatever you like.
I understand. Okay. Yeah. Very. But
Okay, so now I'll jump into FCI.
I think
Or
we
do you
should look
want
at
to?
frame. I think we should look at frame.
Yeah, frame is basically that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so now I'm going to just close all this up. Okay, so that we don't get confused with this.